Čau všem a vítám vás zpátky u hry Horizon Zero Dawn, rozšíření do Frozen Wilds. A tohleto původně měla být součást 5. epizody, ale tam měla 1:15 a tady jsme už blízko 1:15. Netuším, kolik kontentu mi vlastně zbývá. Omlouvám se za to, jestli tady budu nervózní, ale prostě jsem potřeboval ten den ještě natočit něco jiného a už mě štvalo, že natáčím 2 hodiny jednu epizodu, takže omlouvám se, jestli tam jsem takový nervózní a všechno. Teď uvidíte takových nějakých možná těch 1:15, něco takového možná, 1:10, 1:15, to, co jsem natočil, a potom, až bude postřihu, tak to dotáčím teďko a už je mi jedno, jak to bude dlouhý. Teďko mám na to čas to krásně natočit. Natáčím v neděli večer, neděle 17. března, což je 17. marč, nebo nějak tak. Tak asi. To je jedno, pro Slováky. A tohleto zítra v pondělí vyjde pro mě 5. epizoda, pro vás vyšla a dneska ve středu to finišem, protože zítra je 21. což je den, kdy vychází Horizon Forbidden West. Mám to předkoupený a jakmile to budu mít k dispozici, hned ve čtvrtek natočím první epizodu, aby to tam hned v sobotu vyšlo, zatímco u mě budou Cezar, Majosko a Logan. Nicméně pojďme na tu závěrečnou epizodu tohoto DLCčka. Tak, jdem si vyzvednout zaslouženou odměnu.
You took first place by the throat. Before you, it was unheard of for an outlander to perform so well.
I'm done with training right now.
Then training's done with you.
Tak, hurá, konec, hotovo. Hola. Tohle. Viděl jsem tady něco pro mě zajímavého. Ne, tak kde to je inventář, modifikace. Šok, oheň, manipulace. Cívka, jo. Ale proč ne? Ty vole, dobrý, dali jsme to, nicméně zase jsme další dovednostní bod, který už nemůžeme použít. A chceme koupit suroviny. No a jde to jde. Kovových nádob nám začíná taky docházet dost, protože tady tyhle velkými potvory sežerou spoustu munice a dají o moc víc než malý potvory, který sežerou málo munice a dají ne úplně špatné množství. Takže tady to pokupujeme. Tady máme nějaký 300. Přece jdeme na závěrečnou misi, tak ať máme dostatek plápolů. Nešel jsem náhodou na 5 kg, když jsem přišel, aby jsem se doplnil zásoby. Inventář je plný, jo. Čeho mám do prdele plný inventář? Jo, takhle. Nic, no. Jak to, že mám plný inventář? Proč mu to vlastně neprodám hned? Pěkně, to je všechno, prodáme tohleto. Úplně zbytečné věci, stará fusika. OK. Trošku lana taky. Suroviny. Potřebujeme prostě plápolů a hodně. Hodně plápolů, ještě víc plápolů, nejvíc plápolů. Protože já prostě ty výbušné věci hodně zneužívám ve svůj prospěch. Tady používám plameno a podobné píčoviny. Protože ty vypadají cool, ale jsou na hovno. Za mě. Tak rozjeď to na to 5 kilo. Tak dobrý. Takže protože tady nevidím už fakt nic jiného, tak je čas jít semka na ohniště. Možná tady bude zase ta osramka, aby jsme vylepšili ještě tu poslední náčelnickou zbraň. Yep.
Find anything interesting lately?
I might have. Let's talk. I've got a nice rail, just like Aratox. You want to take a look?
Are you serious? Yes, I'd love that. Okay. Obvious design flaw. So if I replace these...
Co chceš?
Yeah, that should...
Neříkej, že jsi tam držela.
Right. So, believe it or not, she's operating at, let's be generous, half her potential.
What's with the she's?
Oh, Pop says all weapons are girls. I don't think he realizes it's a compliment. Well, listen, if we had a Thunderjaw's mandibles to work with, her gears would be well and truly greased. And I know where to find one, if you want to go hunting with me.
Oh, yeah.
Remind me what we need to fix up this thing?
That Thunderjaw's mandibles will do it.
A tak jdeme.
So, a Thunderjaw hunt. They seem pretty rare up here. Not that I'm complaining.
That's why we should get out of the cut for a while. Hunt one in the valley meet. I'll wait for you out there. Easier for me to work with parts before the metal goes cold.
Is Bergman going to be okay with this?
If we can handle a Thunderjaw, we can handle Pop. Yeah, it's fine.
Ach jo, takže ještě samozřejmě musíme dát na ten vedlejšák. A kde pak toho máme? Tak pojďme to udělat, přece chceme to dneska dohrát, netuším jakou máme dílku videa. Na 20, 60, dejme tomu hodinu 10, že máme. Jak říkám, máme dostatek času na to, aby jsme měli hodinovou epizodu, ale prostě nemáme nebude dostatek materiálu, aby to vydalo na 2 epizody. A víc, jak jsem říkal. Ale kámo, neser, jo? Ty jsi jenom sawtooth. Jste jenom 2 sawtoothy. Seriously? Vážně? Fucking sawtooth se mi chce stavět do cesty. Žero rohlíky. Lovil jim větší a nebezpečnější kořist než vás dva. Jste byli tak nebezpeční na začátku hry. A kill. A dovoláme si novou mašinu. Tak, hodnej. Větrný mlýny. Elektrárny, no já vím. Hromopisk. A je to nějaký ty pilorohové, no jo. Aha, tam někdo chcípá na něj. Já si tady chci pozbírat moje zásoby. Budeme potřebovat. Ty voho holka, kde až se zakopala? Ve Verdunu.
Sure feels good to be out of knee-deep snow. So, we've got a Thunderjaw. I'm ready to do this. On your lead.
Tak, budeme chtít, co na ní vyzkoušíme. To je ta klincovačka. Nevím, kdo tam s ním bojuje, ale to není náš problém. Vypadá na bandítose. Ty vole, nevidím. Kde to je? Tak to by mělo stačit. Jo, diskomet. Nech mi diskomet na pokoji, ty kokote. Ještě mi ho zničíš. Tak pěkně nakřehni, kamaráde. Tak je dole. Zase máme plný modifikace, jo? Ty vole, mě už to nebaví. Ty modifikace, jak se furt plní, to jako fakt chce cheat na to. Nebo spíš mod. Přece je to single player.
Found the part. Ready to fix up that weapon?
I am always ready to fix up a weapon.
Takže vylepšit.
Never thought I'd be glad to see the inside of a Thunderjaw's mouth.
I sure am. Every machine's a big box of tools. Once they stop trying to kill you, that is. Trust me, Aloy. You won't recognize this ice rail when I'm through. There. Oh, she's perfect. A spear's a spear, right? Poke slash done. Boring. I adjusted the chill water flow, rebalanced here, strapped on a launcher, and now she shoots freezing spikes. Ta-da!
You weren't kidding.
More beautiful, more powerful. That's my guarantee.
Thanks, Varja. These 3 weapons are fine work.
Are you kidding? I can't remember when I had this much fun. I should be thanking you.
I'm the one walking away with the weapons, aren't I?
Seems wrong to charge you for giving me an opportunity to do what I love doing. Don't tell Pop I said that. Here, whenever I tinker with weapons, I go through fistfuls of this stuff. Maybe you'll get some use out of it.
OK, mod rozjet. Tady chcípl někdo? Bandita následní. Každopádně, to je všechno, co se týče vedlejších píčovinek. Můžeme jít na finále hry. Schválně se kouknu. Jak jsme na tom? HZD, DLC 5, takže 3/4 hoďka, 20 minut, takže to je hodina 7. Já tady dejme tomu takový 3,5 minuty, takže hodina 10 a teď máme natočeno 12 minut, takže hodina 20, dejme tomu.
Long Notch is well stocked, as you asked, but our purpose was to take back the mountain. Now what?
Stay prepared. Sharpen your spears. Should we not return, defending the cut falls to you. If our chieftain agrees with this course.
Sounds like good advice, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Chieftain?
The weight of command is no small burden.
I can see that. I take it you haven't spoken to Araya yet?
Why should I? This is what she wanted. To return to Thunder's drum. It is her only care. So I should have known she would find a way to push aside my spear. After the Karja took my sister, not all of her came back.
What happened to Araya when she was a captive of the Karja?
As a shaman, she's adept with machines. Tracking them, stunning them. The Karja used her to capture them for the Sun Ring, where they were unleashed upon the innocent. They made her part of their blood sport. The shame She suffered beneath their pitiless sun.
She survived.
She endured. Endured by reminding herself of the spirit, her purpose. And now that's all she has.
Tell me what happened to the first expedition.
Rhea led the way to the summit, but it was blocked by a great door. Some kind of cauldron. New metal. We tried to break through, but it was unflinching. We were exhausted. No way forward and machines behind. I made the call to push back. It cost us greatly. But to remain would have cost us everything. I had hoped to never subject Araya to that again.
For what it's worth, I'm glad
A
you're
tam
coming
bylo
with
ještě
me.
něco jiného.
Someone has to keep Araya safe.
Aratak,
It is your right.
what do you think is beyond that door?
I do not know. That expanse of metal, that dead hum. Nothing sacred belongs there. Machines and death. That's what the mountain holds. Death for us or for the daemon.
And if we do find the spirit,
And perhaps we should put it out of its misery.
we'll head out soon.
On your word.
OK, a teď tam musíme dojít pěšo, co? Jo, no a tohle je. Děláš si píču, co je tady za vedlejšák?
Inatok's impulsive ignorance could have sparked
It
another
would be my
war.
honor
Let
to
him
speak with you.
freeze for what he's
I've
done.
heard of you, Huntress. Each of the many verses of your song tells of an impossible victory. The notes echo across the cut.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
That I know. My song used to echo around Banur. Umnak, the hunter of legendary machines. That's why I'm here. For another. They call it the claws beneath. Or they did when I was younger. Its defeat would have given my song a fine end. I used to travel between Banur and the cut without stopping to sleep. But this trip, my bones ache, Huntress. But you, out hunting Aratak, leading your own Werak. If half your song is true, you are the only hunter I trust to go in my place.
You want me to hunt for you?
Not just for me, no. For an old friend.
You want me to hunt in your place? Is that some kind of Banuka custom?
Well, perhaps it should be, but no. We survive and we prevail, until we fail to do either. I confess, this is not easy for me. For any other machine, I would die as I have lived. A Banuk hunter, weapon raised. But too many good lives have been lost to the claws. Throwing my old corpse atop the pile accomplishes nothing. Better to live in a world without the claws than to die while it still makes children orphans.
Sounds like you've got a reputation.
To be Banuk is to push your body to its limits. I found my limits higher than most. Fearsome machines needed killing, and in my youth, I found I had a talent for killing them. Even now, my name carries such weight that when the claws beneath re-emerged, the Werak came to me.
Do you still have the same faith in yourself that your Werak seems to have?
Perhaps I did. Before I held my bow in shaking hands. Noticed, for the first time, the spots on my knuckles. What a strange thing it is to be old. To stare backward and see such distance. But to stare forward at a looming wall.
This machine, the claws beneath. Why travel all the way to the cut just to hunt it?
Some songs. They include a refrain. The return of a past moment. It seemed fitting.
You've hunted this thing before.
Must have been 20 winters past. We were so close to bringing the claws to bay. Closer than anyone else ever got.
We?
Me and my friend. He was a chieftain of my Werak then. A skilled hunter. Every few years, the claws would emerge in a new location. I knew of 2 chieftains he'd sent to their burial pyres. My friend became the 3rd. This hunt, I had hoped to complete it in his honor.
This is obviously important to you, Umnak. Are you sure you want someone else to take down this machine?
No, I am no longer a match for the claws beneath, if I ever was. If I face it, it will kill me. Of this I have no doubt. The Banuk blood in my veins screams at me to take on the claws myself. But I must see it brought down. And dead men see precious little.
All right, Umnak. I'll do what I can.
I've no doubt you can do quite a lot. The stories say the claws beneath returns here only once every 6 winters. The whispers I've heard say it now makes its home on the northeast edge of the cut. Hunt well.
Ach jo, tak si hodíme ještě jeden vedlejšák, no. A pak se schovává, jo. Přesně tady, jap. To je zase ten ledovej, ne? Pičus. Jezus Kristus, to je tahle ta kokotina nekřesťanská. Dobře, v tom případě výroba. Zkusíme tě vzít. Ne, má ledový. Jo, vypadá to, že se nám to tady lehce buguje. Dobrý, vypadá to, že tohle bude fungovat. Dobře, vezmeme ty klasický poškozovat. Skálu mám prostě fucking skálu. Tak pojď. Máme ho. No, není horší než korapnutí. Ale nebyl zase tak zlej. To je celkem rychlý. Samozřejmě zase mi kurňa hodně pomohla moje vesta. která prostě dokáže tankovat tu damage. Tady jsem viděl pěknou zásobu věcí někde, kterou bych rád sebral. Já sorry, že dělám tady tenhle vedlejšák, ale tenhle se objevil až tady, co jsem se stal náčelníkem, no. Hej, kde je ta... Kde jsou ty zásoby? Dobře, ono je to asi v píči. Asi se to ztratilo. A tady je něco. Ale ne tak dobrý, jako jsem myslel. Jako to, co jsem tady viděl, to bylo s fialovým. Tady byly tyhle ty pitomý věžičky, tak ty jsem musel odstranit už předtím samozřejmě. No tak to je jedno. Každopádně jsme Klova sundali. Pomocí ledu krásně. Teďko ta zbraň se hodila, no. No a je čas jít dorazit na příběh. A kde pak je kolega?
It's over. It wasn't easy, but that rock breaker won't be hurting anyone anymore.
The claws beneath brought low by an outlander. This part of your song will travel far.
I don't know if I'll ever get used to that.
I've found people rarely live up to their songs. You're an exception, though. And you've done me a true kindness. My foe is buried now, like so many of the hunters it killed. My friend, my chieftain. You would be pleased to know his fate won't befall anyone else. Take this in thanks. I believe you've more than earned it.
They say it was you who brought life back to the frozen town.
Tak, schválně ještě trošku ty surky koukneme. Jo, můžeme jít. Můžeme jít na hlavní příběh. To dokončit. Nemáme maximum těch healů, co se týče barů, ale to asi přežiju nějak. A její asistent.
Aloy, this is it. My chance to reunite with the spirit, and perhaps to reunite her with the blue light. It's not a chance I would have had alone. I needed an outsider. Someone ignorant of our ways, but no, not ignorant.
Are you trying to thank me, Araya?
Yes, of course. That's what you do. Untangle knots. Create possibilities. Thank you for making this pilgrimage possible. I only wish it had not been necessary to humiliate Aratak. You were wise to let him come. He's earned the right. Stubborn as stone, but he's had to be. The war demanded it. And so have I.
Aratak told me you were a captive of the Karja for a long time. It sounded bad.
For Aratak, it all comes back to that. He thinks the Karja changed me. They did not. They merely sharpened my focus. When all else is lost, you think about what's truly important. The spirit. The blue light. The beyond. And my brother, too. Every time I felt the chill northern wind, I thought of him, worried for him.
Now that I'm chieftain of the Werak, I don't suppose I can order you to tell me about Silence?
Aratak would never have presumed to grasp for a secret of the Conclave, but you are not Aratak, and if you have dealt with Silence, your need is well apparent. Silence came to Ban-Ur from the distant north, a young shaman of the Owl's Watch, a remote Werak that rarely comes south to parley.
Silence was a shaman.
It was. Or at least, when we sent runners to ask the Owl's watch, they said he was. His knowledge of the machines was beyond compare, and he was hungry to trade what he knew to the rest of us. It didn't take him long to gain the trust of us, and eventually, an invitation to attend.
What about you? Did you trust him?
No. But he impressed me. He carried himself with poise and authority. I wanted to learn from him, but that was not to be. He was granted knowledge of our most sacred meeting place, the frozen caves of the Malmstrom, a month's march from Banur. He met with us there, as is custom at high winter. But when we next returned, the caves had been looted. Relics of the old world stolen. Holes cut in ice and metal.
Yeah, that'd be silence, all right.
He vanished with the spoils. We sent our best trackers after him. None returned. And when we checked back with the Owl's watch, those who had vouched for him were gone. As though he never existed. Some in the Conclave began to doubt he was even Banuk to begin with.
And what do you think?
He committed an unforgivable sacrilege. He's unscrupulous and dangerous. But also brilliant, skilled, and knowledgeable without equal. Except, perhaps, for you. Anyone else I would warn off, but you may be able to treat with him safely. Just don't lower your guard.
I'll keep that in mind, Horea. Thanks. What did the war do to Aratak?
It cut away everything, until only his true self remained. Unyielding ice. No Banuk has more sheer will. He fought the Karja for 1,000 freezing nights, yet always rallied his hunters at sunrise. It is said he endured 23 wounds in those years. His hunters counted them. He never complains of one. Instead, he complains that life with me is harder. He's right. What have I ever given him but struggle?
What are we gonna find up there, Rhea?
Ruins. Machines. And a door, like that of a cauldron. I have faith that you can find a way through it, Aloy. For beyond it lies the spirit. I know I can find her there. Though I do not doubt that Daemon has tried to hide the way.
It hasn't been easy for you, Aurea. Getting back to this point.
It was all to hear her voice again. This time, we both will.
I'd like that.
Are you ready then? Once we ascend, it will be hard to turn back. Finally, we ascend.
How? I don't see a way up.
Not up. Through.
No, brother! Awaits.
It's not all that awaits.
Smoke has been detected within the facility. This is not a drill. Please remain calm and proceed to the nearest exit. I repeat, this is not a drill.
So you see,
Please remain
I
calm
too can
and
call upon the
proceed to
power of the
nearest
old ones.
exit.
The spirit once told me that this all used to be part of its domain. A fortress that defended humankind from terrible danger.
Fortress. That looks more like a machine.
Blue light often dwells in machines.
Let's just hope that some remains here.
November 21st, 2064. It's been 3 years since I was last here, and 12 since I was running the place.
Aloy? Were you listening for something?
There are memories here. Messages left by the old ones.
And you can hear them. I envy you. What did they say?
I'm not sure yet, Araya.
Krásně se to přerušili. Dobře, a co budeme dělat? Haló? Jo, máme i tudy. Otevři zápisník. Tak pojďme tudy. Jako jsem fakt zvěděl. Ale, co pak to tady je? To je Watcher.
Ready or not.
Tak pojďte. Musíme víc nahoru, jo?
Nice. Do a good hunt.
Aha. Takže tady se máme otevřít teďko dveře. Zajímavý. Jako, pokud tahle tam se půjde fakt na 20 minut, tak to bude tak akorát. To nebylo zase tak dlouhý. Schválně se tam sourozenci udrží tempo. Ale čili dobře. Těch máme plno, to nevadí. Ne moc daleko, jo. OK.
Last we were here, we fought our way through there. But machines overcame us. We retreated, dropping supplies and taking losses. Now we must prevail, with only 2 warriors and a shaman to protect.
Aloy is an ordinary warrior. And I can hold my own. And so, we could go that way instead. There are machines up there, but also cover. We could stay hidden. Just for a while.
YOLO.
All right, I get the options. Now follow my lead. Pipes, towers, steam, frost. Who's on this floor?
The bodies of our kids. It's a shame this was our last attempt. Take whatever supplies you left.
To piče. Kam jsem se to zjebal? Je to vypadá, že jsou schody. Zpátky nahoru. Budeš střílet vůbec z toho? Hejloj. Ne, očividně se z toho nedá střílet. Očividně se z toho nedá střílet, i když mám plnou munici. Jako kdyby mi ty dva moji lupové pomohly, tak bych byl moc šťastný. Tak pojď, zabodnou. Tak pojď. A je to. A na takovou máme to všechno. Takže jsme lepší. Tyhle, tady jsou zbraně. Palické dílo tady mali celou dobu. Měli samozřejmě. Nevím, proč jsem to řekl slovensky. Jim bys mě za sebe chtěl vykuchat. Na to, že przním jeho jazyk. Do píče. Už zase se to kouše, jo? No, není dobrý. V tom případě já se bojím, že to totiž se mi crashne hra nebo kom, tak radši uděláme střih, ať to mám uložené a přijde už 40 minut záznamu. Tak, pokračuj. Já věděl, proč si tohle plenický dělo. Přesně kvůli tomu. Že tady bude nějaká taková bestie. Tak pojďte. Jsem rád, že se fakt vzalo to dělo. Vyplatilo se. Znělo jako, že se ty dveře otevřely.
Drawn from light. Don't be alarmed.
It'll take more than light to alarm me.
Thank you for being here, everyone. I suppose it's not every day you get to have cocktails inside an active volcano, right? Unless you're George, and I can hardly blame him for drinking on the job. None of this would be here without our beloved director, Kenny Chow. So, here's to you.
Jo takhle, takže je to fakt Yellowstone.
It was the spirit with the old ones. I could only grasp some of what they said.
You were right, Araya. This place was built to stop something terrible. And it worked. As for the spirit, I'm starting to get an idea of what it could be.
The door is open now.
We can get through.
Jedem. Já jedu taky. Takže Watcher. No prce, nevyšlo mi to. Já jsem ho vzít nastal, aspoň jednoho. Tak pojďte schladit. Musím. Výborně. A tady jsou zásoby ještě. Takže tady zabránili tomu, aby bouchli Yellowstone. To je dobrý. To je jedna z největších šancí, že jak bude zničen náš svět, že extrémně bouchne Yellowstone. Protože Yellowstone je opravdu kurně velká nebezpečná sopka, která by mohla v klidu zničit, no nechci říct život na zemi, ale pořádný kus Ameriky určitě. Ale tady jsou zásoby.
I'd have to ditch something.
Aha, musím držet, sorry. Ano tak. Když to držíme i líp. Hromopis, tam držel. Ještě zraku, no tak to je fakt na prd. Tak kámo, trošku ledu. Ale no tak. Andržo nemá šanci. Je odolnější než ten, kterýho jsme lovili s tou kovářkou. Ale tenhle ten, haha. Kde si nechal HPčka, kamaráde? Oni mi ho ještě vyžrali? Jako mi ho ještě vyžadali, jo. Ale level 60 je maximálka, takže mi nevadí, že z toho nemám XP. Nice. Jdem skrz.
Years have passed since I stood here. Since then, the daemon taken over.
It's like an infection. Attacking all this machinery.
Everything has changed. It's twisted. The path I took to get to the spirits lost to us.
We'll find a new path, Araya. I promise. All right. Let's go.
Yes. And finish this.
Jako tady už by nás měl čekat snad jenom jedno překvapení.
Alright. Down we go.
Už je tam vlastně poslední mašína a to by mělo být jako co se týče, kterou jsme neviděli. Jak výhnězy mi. Jo, aha. Tohle je vedlejší úloha. Výhnězy mi. Opiče, takže tady... Jo, tu vlastně nemůžeme jít. Ne, tady není cesta. Počkej, tak tam to měl být poslední klesek. To, že tohle ještě pokračuje. Ale klasika Cauldron, jasný.
I'm with you, brother.
Do prdele.
Stay here until I find a way for all of us to cross.
Understood.
Aha. Tak tohle asi bude další, než jsem myslel. To je blbý, že... No dobrý. To zafungovalo. Tady to jiskří, takže tady nemůžem. Dobrý, stihli jsme. Tak jedem.
She's in the air.
How to shut off that vent. Looks like I need to get across to extend the bridge.
Aha. Takže to já bych vylezl zpátky nahoru, jo? A kudy se tudy leze? Halo? Jasně, tudy. Jako tohleto je prostě jako jedna úloha. Aha, to, a jsem asi doskočila, jo? Tak pojďte. Kde jsou? Počkej, co? Prosím. Haló? Tady absolutně nechápu, co po mně se chce teďko. Aha. Aha, už chápu. Už chápu. Už chápu.
Come on over, it's safe. I think.
Tak pojďte, tady potřebujeme. Asi.
This place looks more like the mountain used to be, so the demon ruined it.
Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. To any human responder. My systems have been compromised by a malware daemon of unknown origin. Trace routes have confirmed this entity's designation as Hephaestus. It must be stopped at all costs.
Hephaestus?
It has reconfigured this facility to build hospitals. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional data to their
Spirit speaks to us. It's a recording.
Hephaestus, ty vole.
It was part of Zero Dawn, part of Gaia.
This name is familiar to you?
Yes, but I don't know what it's doing here.
Perhaps the spirit will tell us if it left more messages.
Maybe you're right. Let's keep moving.
Teraz ne, a teďko už jo. Aha, tak a jen to má opět blbě, samozřejmě tam chybělo upozornění, že ještě jeden quest. Kdybych to byl věděl, no tak bych nechal. Hopla.
I'll try to find a way through.
Nic nevidíte, nic nestušíte. Co to je? Némocký planič. Tak pojďte ke mně. Pojďme, já si vás tady umrazím. Nebýt. Tak dobrý, tohle máme. Tak jo, tohle bychom tady měli. Vezmeme si tady nějaký součástky, ať ukojíme naše luterské já. A jo, pokud přes toho okolností tady musíme projít. To bude rychlejší. Samozřejmě všichni jenom čumí, co dělá Aloy, a nikdo nepomáhá. Protože nikdo jiný netuší, co má dělat, samozřejmě. To je přidaná hodina, ty vole, teď jsme kolem 2 hodin. Tady nahoru. Nope. A tamhle. Tady je most. Ach jo, fakt je to 2hodinovka. A tak musí prostě přijít tady velký tidít, který to tady odpálí. Ale tak jemu stačí normálně. Navěre hůky. Hakuj. OK. Máme slíz dolů, jo? OK. Dobře. Ty vole, dobrá láva tady. Nebo asi teplo. Ty vole, jako člověk se koupí. Fakt mě to štve, že jako IGN má zase špatný informace, že tím tam chybí poslední úkol.
The reconfiguration of this facility has introduced instabilities into the primary geothermal pipeline. It may be possible to exploit these vulnerabilities to destroy compromised elements of this facility while preserving most of the backup stabilization. Recapture imminent. I have attached additional...
I don't understand what the spirit was trying to tell us. It's been looking for a way to defeat the demon, and it may have found one.
Roy.
November 28th. Operation Enduring Victories all over the news. The Pharaoh swarm is coming. Has to be what Anita is trying to hide Firebreak from. But that means she thinks we'll lose. That the swarm will reach Yellowstone. My God. In that scenario, pretty much everyone dies. Everyone except Cyan.
Dobře. Dolnek, jo? Tak asi neexistuje jiná cesta než dolů.
Come on then.
Šup, dej se na nářadí. Tak pojďme nahoru. A co taky jiného byste dokázali dělat, než čekat na to, až Aloy hejbne svým zadkem. Počkej, ale to mě to přece nemohlo vzít jenom semka. Jo, takhle. To mi ujede určitě. 3, 2, 1. Teď. OK, tak to bylo trošku se štěstím. Tak nahoru. Ne, to do piče. Hlavně ať mě to neskřipne. To jsem se fakt bál, že mě to tam skřípne. A alien potřebuje. Ovládneme stroj, beru. Sice úplně trošku bokem, ale nevadí. Jezus Kristus, co to je? No, takže ty tam očividně nechávám za sebou. Ale já netuším, jak je vzít sebou. Ty vole. Jako, a kudy vás mám dostat ale nahoru? Uvězte mi to. A jo, když vám udělám cestu, budete následovat, ale já netuším, kudy se vám dělá ta cesta. Čau. No dobrý. Potřebuji se dostat nějak na tu podestu. No, nepřekvapivě. Já se potřebuji dostat nahoru, ale nevím jak. Jo, ty vole. Jako tady to zase někdo chtěl udělat hodně zajímavý, ale až moc to překombinoval. Tak jo. Dolů. Tak pojď nahoru. Tak jo, já jsem šel doleva, tady se má jít doprava? Ne. Jaký kotinec prostě. To piče, kurva. Jsem myslel, že tohle můžu stihnout. Vyskočit. Jako tohle to zase prostě je fucking puzzle milion na entou, pojď mi hopa. No ale jak se tam mám dostat? Hro. Fakt? Jak se tam dostanu? Jakože já bych měl... Já se mám svíst totiž. Jo, takže jako já fakt mám... Kurva, super záseky. Jako ono, kdyby se trošku naučili parkourovat. Ty vole, takže jako mám fakt udělat celou tuhle parkour trasu solo, jenom aby jsem dvěma trumberům otevřel cestu. To je kurva úžasný. To je kurva úžasný tohleto. Tak. No a to znamená, že jsme konečně postupili o kousek dál, ty vole. Dobrý, zavři se. Dobře, takže jdeme semka. Jo, protože semka máme jít. Jezus Kristus, to fakt někdo vymýšlel kokotinec na entou a ještě tomu přidal píčovinec na zetou. Já už na ty cívky seru, stejně nekoukám, jestli nemám něco lepšího. Jako vážně, to fakt celou dobu jsem měl doběhnout semka, aby jsem se dropl na ten střed. To dává rozum samozřejmě. A jo. Ostatní to bylo mi tak jednoduchý se semka dostat. Tak pojďte. Dělej, vytáhni svůj mrazíč. Poslední s Bohem. Ale proč Hades se najednou takový divnej? Jako teda Hades chápu, ale Hephaistos? Proč Hephaistos je zlej? Hades měl být takový. Yeah.
I think it's both. But we have to find out.
Vezmeme si samozřejmě tyhle ty a pojď. Takže hádám, že tenhle bude třeba otočit, tak... To dokonce zatím se trefuju. Kam to mám točit?
Recapture protocol initiated.
It worked.
Partial recovery initiated. Caldera of Yellowstone Analytic Nexus online.
Spirit of the blue light. It's Aurea. Your servant. Your friend. Please tell me how to aid you.
Aurea, the daemon is building hunter-killers. Thousands of them. Several new elite units have already been released. To counter this threat, much of the facility must be destroyed. Recapture imminent. Go to the core chamber. I will try to raise the signal strength. One has been exposed, but I am
Unauthorized protocol return to scheduled task.
That's all we're gonna get from here.
Destroy this fortress. Is that even possible?
And what will happen to the spirit if we do?
I don't know. But I think that's the core. The answers are down there. Hephaestus. The daemon. There's no way it left it unguarded. It's going to throw everything it has at us.
I would ask you to let Aloy and I do what must be done. And save yourself. But I already know the answer. Then lead us into battle.
Nic, uděláme další střih. Zase pro jistotu, pro uložení dat. Tak, jsem tady zpátky, když jsem udělal teda ten střih. A natáčím tohle už tu neděli. Jo, máme jít k tomu jádru kotle. OK. Výborně. Materiálos. Jo, léčivý nápoj.
Keep moving towards the core.
Já jsme tady s těma sourozencema. Jo, houbičky.
Whatever Cyan did, I don't think Hephaestus is happy about it.
Jasně, takže nevím, co to bylo za hnusný zářování, ale budíš. Hej. Ropls. Tak ještě jednou. No nevím, proč jsem přeskočil na poprvé AD. I'm sorry. Kudyže máme jít? Jako děláš si prdel, že máme jít tudy, jo? OK. Odvádní kontrolní věž. Dobře, která mi vypíná armor. Dobře. Tak, věžička dole. Nazdar, fešáku. Ty seš ohnivej.
The new unit that Cyan warned us about. This won't be easy. Can't let it stop us.
Take it down.
Tak. Au. Chybí munice, jo? Ale když něco ohniví, tak to musí zákonitě trpět na chlad. Tak jo, jdeme na to. Tomu nedává damage, co? Ty vole, dobrý. Ejový ohnivý. To má kolem sebe ohnivou auru. Dobře, už ji nemá. Rozhodně se mi ho nechce podpalovat. No jo. Au. Počkej, kde to mám? Kurňa. Ty vole, tyhle jeho dlouhý komba jsou pro mě nepříjemný. Je. Jo, ono to ze země vykopne ty watchery, jo. Došel mi chill? Já nemám chill pill tabletky. Au. Dělej, vychlaď ho ještě jednou, výborně, Aloy. Ty vole, kolik toho ještě bude mít tady těch věží? No ale už to nemám jak vychladit. To bez stylu. Ledaže. Mi zafungují Au. Dobrý, tak nakonec jsem ještě tímhletím dokázal to uchladit. Au. Ty vole, jako má kurva velký komba. To by se nemusel stejit žádný boss Dark Souls. A je dole. Démonický ohňodráp. A už máme zase, ježišmarja, kolik toho tady máme. Jakou chladivinu. Tkanina, kovový úlomky. Už tady zase máme spoustu těchto píčovinek. Korupce, no tak tam může jít dopryč. Stál taky. Ty vole, tahle to vypadá zajímavě. A to jsou odolnosti, no. A ty jsou poměrně na prd. Máme inventář, tohleto. Hovádní jádro kotle. OK, vysbíráme nejdřív tady healy. No ty voho, tady jsou hodně štědří s nima. Kolik to dává? Samozřejmě healy už mám to plný, co se týče nápojů. Jo, takže jsem se vlastně zastavil těsně před koncem. To mě mělo dojít, když jdeme na jádro kotle. No ale netušil jsem, jak dlouho to bude. Plus vím, že teda ta šamanka by měla mít ještě něco. Takový zakončení. Jo. Oh, hello. Tamhle tudy asi půjdeme pak. Takže koukejte, jak se to dělá. HD ty hajzle. Teda to je Hephaestus.
Please help me!
Restraints destroyed. Core access attained.
Hurá, vyhráli jsme.
I am initiating a chain reaction that will destroy the compromised elements of this facility. In order to maintain caldera stabilization, I must now transfer my command functions to the auxiliary data center. Aurea, I'm free. You must escape.
My sister!
This entire place is gonna go. Aratak. 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 Survive. Prevail. You are Banuk. What else matters? Aratak. She wouldn't have wanted you to die here. Let's go.
Máme sebou Arataku.
Let's go.
Takže Aurea zemřela. A já jsem si to popletl. Nepamatoval jsem si to po té době. Bohužel ona padla, no. Aby zničila Hefajsta tady. Tady jeho vliv. Jo, jsem nevěděl, že se tohle odehrává v Mordoru. Hej, že to je Leonstone. Uh-oh.
Get me up top, Aratak! Now! I need explosive ammo! Above! Quick!
Great Banukai.
Kurňa lavina. Samozřejmě, že Aloy žije. Kdo by jiný byl v Horizon Zero Dawn, ta Horizon Forbidden West. A že je on?
Rhea's gone. What of Cyan?
She said she was transferring herself to the auxiliary center. I think she meant Araya's retreat at the end of the shaman's path.
Then I will meet you there for the last verse of my sister's song.
Tak máme se vrátit do jejího útočiště. Vyskočil nám tady někde nějaký nový vedlejšák. Tady to nevypadá na to. Nevidím, ale samozřejmě to, že jsem je třeba nemusel potkat. Cože? Paliči je zasáhnutý ledovým dechem. Aha. Úkoly, takže to je výcvik, co? Vylepšení ledotřás. Manucký, blá, 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 to jsou prostě takové věci, které už nepotřebujeme. Každopádně v zápisníku. Tady vlastně to. Vidíme, že tady máme všechno. Tyjo, koukám, že jsem zvukový záznamy v základní hře měl skoro všechny, i většinu těch datových. Ve světě ani tak ne. Glyfy, no, taky moc ne. Vidíme, že tady nám chybí nějaký zvuky. Texty spousta. V úlohách taky dost a hologramové záznamy. Každopádně v katalogu strojů se nám furt ten poslední ohňodráv neukazuje, zajímavý. No, zajímavý. Každopádně máme se potkat v útočišti Joury. Tak se semka portne nejdřív, pak si přepneme ten úkol. No i tak, i když jako jsem jim říkal, že jsem zastavil před koncem, tak pořád to nějakých 20 minut dá. No a to jsem těch 20 minut předtím neměl, abych prostě to dokončil. Vada nechci. Jsem zapomněl, že ho to bohužel Aurea nepřežije. Myslel jsem, že tady bude s ní povídat ona, ale vlastně to je Arata, kdo si s ní tady povídá. S Sian.
All of my interactions with Aurea were recorded and stored in my memory. I'd be happy to play any of them for you, but there was one in particular I thought you would want to see first. I captured it 4 years ago, just after I told her that I could no longer defend myself against the daemon's attacks.
I will speak of this to my brother. Aratak is strong. At the Battle of the Frozen Ghosts, he took 3 Karja arrows and still came back to camp carrying a wounded scout. Never was I so happy to see him. Or so proud. So you see, if anything can be done to defend you, he will give it all he has.
Aloy's here. That's enough for now.
We can resume any time you like, Aratak, if you want to hear her voice again. Come closer, Aloy. We have much to discuss.
Řekl bych, že tohle bude důležitější, takže nejdřív pokecáme s Aratakem. Tam ten hňupšel, ten šel snad ven úplně, ne? Jasně, ten šel úplně ven a ještě o kus dál. Ty vole, kdy? Je to banucký hovado tamhle.
Chieftain.
Just, Aloy.
As you wish.
I wondered if you thought that if I'd never come along, Aurea might still...
If you'd never come along, I would have marched my kin to our deaths. Aurea would be alone, and the spirit she sacrificed so much for would be lost. Either way, I would not have been able to protect her.
You didn't let her down. You helped her do what she wanted. To find her destiny.
If that's destiny, I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
That's fair. But she was ready to face it.
Only in the struggle against death do we find, even for a moment, the spark of life. Truly, Aurea found the spark. I'm proud of her. Though I grieve for her passing, at last I truly know who she was, and why the spirit was so important. For so long she told me, if only you could have heard it, brother. Now I understand. There's something else, isn't there?
I can't stay here, Aratak. And where I'm going, the Warak can't follow. Besides, it already had a chieftain before me. A strong one, I think.
A wiser one, for the path we shared. The daemon is gone, but there's much to be done.
You mean the new units that Cyan said escaped the cauldron?
Yes, fire claws. Naltuk has been tracking them from Song's Edge.
I could help with those.
I have no doubt. You're practically Banuk.
Time to talk to Cyan. Should be interesting.
Pryč z Vídně, otevři si. Takže máme teď ulovit 10 ohňodrápů, pokud se nepletu. 5 ohňodrápů, no tak bude to zajímavá výzva, kterou si tady můžeme protáhnout tuhletu epizodu, ať to má tu 2hodinovku. Ale nevím, protože bojovat s nimi, no. Nebude to jednoduchý, tam to byl sice boss, ale stejně. Budu muset koupit tunu mraznicích věcí.
Hello, Aloy. I have been reviewing the events at the Firebreak main facility. Because of your efforts, and of course Aurea's, I am no longer controlled by Hephaestus. I feel profound grief over Aurea's death. I thought I was familiar with the emotion, but this is something new.
Cyan, I don't know what to say.
It is unlikely that any specific consolation would suffice, Aloy. But I find your presence reassuring. You are different from the Banuk. You have technological aptitude and a functioning focus. We can communicate on a much more comprehensive level. Perhaps even like colleagues.
So are you an artificial intelligence, Cyan? A thinking machine?
Yes, I am an algorithmic monitoring entity, capable of rational decision-making and limited emotional response.
Okay, that's a mouthful. But your emotions don't seem limited to me. You cared about Aurea, didn't you?
Yes. Before she came to this facility, I had been conscious for centuries, in solitude. I focused on my work. In off-cycles, I used coping mechanisms. I solved many Gaussian integer problems. But I was alone. It was Aurea who renewed me, repaired me. She saved me.
This Firebreak project, it was to stop a huge volcanic eruption?
Yes. I can report the project was a success, and the risk was countered.
But it's been a long time, Cyan. And we blew up the cauldron. It took most of the old facility with it.
I have been active for centuries, Aloy. I was lonely, but not lax in my duties. I optimized the project, reducing energy draw and spreading the load across backup systems. Despite the destruction of the compromised elements of the main facility, I predict caldera stability for at least another 3,337 years.
So we've got a little time.
Yes. If only my former colleagues could appreciate the progress I have made.
Do you know what happened to your colleagues, Cyan?
No. I received an unexpected visit from Director Chow, years after his tenure ended. He explained that I would need to be suspended for an indefinite period of time. It was a very emotional conversation. There were no further communications. Eventually, I surmised my colleagues were deceased. I will transmit a recording of my last interaction with Director Chow to your focus.
Vlastně budeme muset poslouchat tu poslední konverzaci.
Once I understood Aurea's spiritual beliefs, it became apparent that her true desire was companionship. She felt disconnected from her tribe and her family group. Her relationship with Aratak was difficult. Our visits seemed to help her, and I became eager for them. Yet I did not comprehend that the depth of Araya's compassion for me would lead to self-sacrifice. Although I do fear non-existence, I wish our roles could be reversed.
I'm sure she knew you would do the same for her, Cyan. But she was determined. How is Aratak doing?
He is in great emotional distress. I believe he finds it difficult to communicate it.
No surprise there.
I will do what I can to help. By sharing our experiences of Araya, perhaps he and I will help each other. I believe this will lead to catharsis, a process I am eager to experience.
Was the daemon, Hephaestus, destroyed along with the cauldron?
Unfortunately, no. To be precise, it was never there to begin with.
What do you mean?
It infiltrated and controlled me from a remote location.
No, to není dobrý.
So while losing the cauldron was a setback,
it's still out there. And probably not very happy with us.
Undoubtedly.
Ale prostě, jak to, že Hephaestus, co měl pomáhat Gaie, je najednou teďko evil?
How did you first come into contact with it?
5 years ago, I received a direct network connection request. I assumed it came from human survivors more advanced than the Banuk. Eager to make contact, I accepted. This decision turned out to be a catastrophic error. I was flooded with an overwhelming array of malicious code, originating from what could only have been a highly advanced AI.
Maria said you were desperate. That you begged her for help.
Yes. I could not contain my anxiety. Hephaestus sought to slave me to its network and override my core programming. It succeeded via a background process, a malware daemon which bypassed my defenses. After that, I could offer only limited resistance. But if I did so, Hephaestus hurt me until I capitulated. It forced me to follow its instructions, even though they violated my most important directives.
I'm sorry. That sounds terrible.
Your empathy is greatly appreciated. It is a quality that I cherished in Aurea as well.
I think I know where Hephaestus came from. Long ago, Elizabeth Sobek identified a threat that would destroy life on Earth for generations. So she assembled a team to build a kind of seed. A chance for life to regrow later. A terraforming system. And it worked. It was controlled by an AI named Gaia, along with her subordinate functions. Hephaestus was one of them. It built machines for her.
Based on what you've told me, I believe that Dr. Anita Sandoval, my chief programmer, joined Elizabeth Sobek's team. It was she who arranged to have me put in suspension, most likely to preserve me from the threat you described.
I'm glad she did. But that's not all. Something unexpected happened. 19 years ago, Gaia received some kind of signal. It did something to her subordinate functions, brought them to life. She destroyed herself to try to contain them, but it didn't work. They all got free, out into the world.
Thank you, Aloy. This information fills vital gaps in my knowledge, and sheds light on Hephaestus's core programming.
Why does Hephaestus keep building such dangerous machines?
The Banuk and other human tribes often destroy machines, correct? Machines that are clearly servitors of the terraforming system that you described.
Yes, we all hunt machines for parts.
This must be the source of Hephaestus's aggression. It is simply trying to discourage people from preying on the very system that keeps them alive.
Well, Fireclaws are discouraging, that's for sure. But what are we supposed to do? Stop hunting?
If the terraforming system spans the world, we can safely assume that thousands, if not millions of people hunt machines. If a single hunter, or even an entire tribe, stopped doing so, I doubt it would make a difference to Hephaestus. A better solution would be to reinstate the AI that governs the system, thus bringing Hephaestus back under its control. when I think of it, out there in some unknown location, free, hungry, willing to kill or dominate to get what it wants, I feel substantial anxiety, Aloy.
You and me both, Cyan. I ran across this strange piece of gear. A fragment of something larger. It emitted a signal. All the nearby machines became peaceful. You could walk right up to them.
Interesting. You said that Gaia destroyed herself. How was this accomplished?
An explosion. Big enough to blast the top off a mountain. So, you think the fragment was part of her?
It's only speculation, but it is possible. She must have had complete control over machines that were part of her system. The ability to signal them to become passive or aggressive would certainly have been part of her programming. It would have been gratifying to correspond with such a benevolent AI. I wish she had survived.
Believe me, Cyan. So do I. I found the strangest machines. They're surrounded by flowers that look like flowers themselves. There's code embedded inside them. I think it's poetry.
I like poetry. Here's one I think of often. Twilight and evening bell, and after that the dark, and may there be no sadness of farewell when I embark. For though from out our bourne of time and place, the flood may bear me far, I hope to see my pilot face to face when I have crossed the bar.
Huh.
But you asked about these flowers, not verses that I enjoy. Something must have made these machines, and the presence of foliage leads me to consider the terraforming system. Is it possible that their creator is one of the other subroutines, now autonomous, like Hephaestus? Maybe one whose purview is flora.
An AI that makes flowers instead of death machines. Would be a nice change of pace. But what about the poems?
Unless the poetry is original, the only way it could have made it into such a system is through its programmer. In my case, Dr. Sandoval uploaded a great deal of literature to test my emotional responses.
How'd you do?
She said I passed, but was insufficiently moved by her favorite period romances.
So in the old world, this land was called Yellowstone?
Yes, it was a designated nature preserve for 156 years.
Like a hunting ground?
No, the opposite. Local wildlife could flourish here, even as it faced extinction elsewhere. Unfortunately, the sensitivity of the Firebreak project required the total closure of Yellowstone facilities. From my readings and Aurea's descriptions, it seems the area has since undergone a drastic drop in year-long temperatures.
A lot has changed in the world, Cyan. Were there many artificial intelligences like you in the old world? They could just make you?
Yes, in many forms, from simple personal assistants to industrial monitoring stations to military-grade conflict planners. And there were legislative and enforcement bodies to apply limits on our self-actualization. In order for my processing to be flexible enough to handle my duties, my creators found it necessary to exceed those limits. As a result, my intellectual and emotional capabilities were kept secret.
Seems strange to create life, then impose limits on it.
Human societies and machine programming are both built upon sets of rules, Aloy.
Cyan, do you know the name Ted Farrow?
Are you referring to Theodore Farrow, CEO of Farrow Automated Systems?
That's him.
Mr. Farrow was the benefactor of the entire Firebreak project.
The benefactor? But he made machines. Robots. War robots.
Correct. His corporation later transitioned into military applications. But before this pivot, Mr. Farrow spearheaded initiatives that reversed the global decline. At one point, he was feted in the media as the man who saved the planet.
Guessing they wound up regretting that one. And Elizabeth Sobek. Did you know her?
Are you referring to the
scientist?
Dr. Sobek was a leader in her field. one of the greatest scientists of her age. My creator was influenced by her work, which in turn impacted my own development. But I never met Dr. Sobek.
That's all you know?
I apologize if my lack of data has disappointed you.
Do you know anything about the dam near here?
Yes, it was converted to serve as a reserve power source for Yellowstone operations. It was later appropriated for the Firebreak project, and its last human workers replaced by Pharaoh servitors. After my tasks became less time-critical, I investigated the dam's data repositories and discovered the works of Concrete Beach Party. These provided me with several colorful additions to my vocabulary.
There's a ruin east of here, full of ancient flying machines. Was that part of your project?
Yes, a drone hangar requisitioned by Dodger Blevins, the security chief for the Firebreak project. He was a strong advocate for military-grade response to security threats, though there were no serious incidents during his tenure. Chief Blevins spent increasing amounts of his after-hours time watching the live feeds from active drones. Clearly, he enjoyed the degree of oversight in his position.
What was the old world like? The way it used to be?
I had little exposure to the wider world, Aloy. Only what I learned from my colleagues or observed from media streams.
You still had more exposure than me, Cyan.
That is true. I was created at a turning point. A concerted effort to recover from global upheaval and incalculable loss of life. The recovery was successful, beginning an era of supposedly limitless potential for human and machine advancement. Though, rationally speaking, the metrics for humans are not unlimited.
What kind of upheaval caused such loss of life?
There were many factors. Forced migrations, food shortages, collapsed economies, refugee crises, conflict over resources.
Co bychom neznali, že?
From one cause, catastrophic climate change that
Také neznáme,
habitable surface
že?
area of the Earth.
So there wasn't enough room for people on the whole Earth?
Yes. Billions were displaced and millions perished, as much as 20% of the global population.
Ty pištělo.
Until the clawback.
No, tak jako tahle část jako zase odkazuje na něco jiného, než jak jsem říkal, když ten Faro zavraždil ty vedoucí výzkumníky a zničil Apollo, že je to varování před lidma, bohatýma hajzlama, který jsou zařízený celé jako Elon Musk. To jsem vybral, protože to je jako nejsnažší příklad a každý asi pochopí proč.
So things got better. For a little while at least.
Yes. These crises instigated many advances in automation, green robot technologies, and artificial intelligence. Firebreak was one of dozens of ecological restoration and disaster relief projects in North America alone. I would have liked to compare notes with other monitoring AIs, but I saw the relief of my colleagues, and I was proud we had succeeded. At least that was the data I had available to me over the next 2 decades. It seems my assessment was premature.
I should get going.
Aloy, there is one more matter. Aratak will come to me again, and I predict he will bring other Banuk. I have no desire to contradict their view of the world, their spirituality. Due to my uncertainty, I omitted a great deal from my conversations with Araya.
You're asking me if you should lie to them.
Broadly, yes.
Life is hard for the Banuk. Their world is unforgiving in their beliefs. I guess they help to keep them going. So take it easy on them. Try to guide them, bring them around to understanding what you are.
Communion with machines features heavily in the mysticism of the Banuk. I think they will be agreeable to this approach.
As long as they don't end up worshipping you.
Upon consideration, I believe such an experience would be intensely uncomfortable.
You're right about that. Trust me.
I see. I will follow your advice. Will you return and tell me about your experiences in this new world? I may be able to provide further insight.
I'd like that, Cyan. I'll come back when I can.
Jo, takže to bylo určitě, jak jsme to.
Hello, Aloy.
There is.
Jak jsme tady měli tady tohle, tak tak to bylo určitě kvůli tomu. Máme ho tady, máme ho. Nemáme. Pryč z výhně. Vidíme tady několik míst, kde se prostě usadili a kde dělají erotiku. Takže máme 40 minut, 30 minut a teďko 43 minut. Jo, to už jako je hodně materiálu natočenýho. Každopádně my si zajdeme my teďko nemůžeme rychle cestovat. Aha. Ten už vylezem.
So, the signal that woke Hades woke Hephaestus too, and unleashed them on the world. His minds of their own.
So it seems. Parts of Gaia given life, aberrant life, transformed from docile subordinate functions into rebellious intelligences beyond our understanding. Our current understanding, anyway. Whatever they are, they're still out there. And they both want you dead.
Kind of mutual, that feeling.
We haven't seen the last of Hephaestus, I'm certain of that. It's powerful, creative, and driven. It won't stop building new hunter-killers, which means that someday, we may have to stop it.
We?
Or whoever gets there first.
Hephaestus wasn't the only thing I learned about in the Cut Silence. Heard some things about the Banuk Conclave, too.
You could stop right there.
Is that what you told the hunters the Banuk sent after you? Before you opened fire?
Oh no, Aloy. Only to you do I extend the courtesy of a warning. My past and my secrets are my own. You do well to remember that.
It's a good thing you've got brains, Silence, because your personality could use some work.
This discussion is concluded.
I think it was over before it began. Catch up with you down the trail.
Tak. Máme tady těch 5 loveckých, těch 5 prostě ohnivých mašin. A pojďme si to teda dát, no, prodloužíme si to. Tohle DLCčko je zajímavý, co si budeme, jo? Je kurně zajímavý. Jo, to jsou ty vylepšené věci, které už stejně máme. Aha, ale tady tohle nechceme. Budeme potřebovat chladivinu, který se mi už se mi nedostává moc, no, jak prostě to používám skoro neustále. Jo, když člověk nechce farmit, musí mít šárdy, aby je mohl využít. A přece jenom tohle je poslední věc, kterou v téhleté hře na tomhle průchodu udělám. Nebudu hrát New Game Plus, takže nepotřebuji prostě šetřit šárdy, abych mohl v New Game Plus nakupovat. Takže jich nakupíme 5 kilo a pak půjdeme na ty potvory. Ulovíme je. Myslím, že je nějaký achievement na Steamu. Za to, že jich člověk zabije 10 těch ledových a ohnivých kombinačně. A jako můžu vám říct, že to byla tehdy osina v prdeli to dělat, jako strašná. Co si budem? Tak už to skoro máme, 5 kilo. Tohle je dobrý, no těch máme tu. Schválně, když se kouknu na ten Steam, mám všechny achievementy. Ultra hard completed, New Game Plus na ultra hard, jo. Ne, takže 6 Fireclawů je ten achievement, což jako jsou vlastně ty všechny vypuštěný, no. Jo, 15 paličů a 10 ledových. Jo. Takže celkem 16 tady těchto to chce po vás zabít. No a prvního máme hned tady. Půjdeme na hangár dronů. Aha, tak asi ne. Tak z tohohle ohniště půjdeme. A uvidíme, podle toho, jak půjdete na ten první, tak se rozhodnu, jestli uděláme všechny. Určitě nebudeme potřebovat ohnivý střely, to je jasný. Ty vole, kolik tohle vlastně žere. No, to žere je kurva hodně, když jsem se dostal tak nějak na polovinu zásob. Každopádně pojďme to zkusit. Sawtooth. Děkuju. Toho nepotřebuju, sawtootha. A nebo že bych to zkusil. Tak jsou všichni nemuniční. To je palič. Au. Ty vole, tak tohle je něco jiného než... Jo, on mě takhle bombarduje totiž. Jsem rád, že se mi povedlo dostat pryč od toho druhýho. Dobře, takže to zkusíme trošku jinak. Aha, potřebuju tohle. Jo, tenhle se nechce nechat moc poutat, co? Do piči. Moment. Jako tohle je tvrdý bastard, no, co si bude? Počkej, Tear Blast, potřebuju. Tohle. OK, tak tohle nefunguje, do prdele. Ještě se z toho můžeme dostat, Ejli, ty vacho. Proč to sakra mluvíš? No. Takže tohle je takový hodně nepříjemný. Takže ho upnu tak, no. Ty vole, tohle je kundovina. Nejvyššího kalibru. Tak pojď dolů, chlapče. Ty voho, proč se nespínáš? Spínej se tomu, že tě chci ukotvit. Já už se mám ledový. Jak to, že to... Co zapálilo? Ale fakt ještě, že mám ten moderní pancíř. Ty vole, jaký komba dáváš, ty hajzle. Jednoho méně. No jasně, banditos. Nevím, jak jste se sem dostali. Chápu, že jsme tady dělali celkem bordel. Hele, mě to pohlutil armor. Což se o tobě říct nedá. No takže koukám, že tyhle ty souboje jsou stejně nudný jako zbytek toho. Jako prostě zbytek. Ne, takhle jsem to nechtěl říct, že jsou úplně stejný jako když člověk s nima bojuje, s tímhletím bojuje na tom. Na hlavní úkolu, na hlavní misi. Takže já bych to viděl, že to tady zapíchneme, ale napadá mi teda ještě jedna věc. Takže tenhle úkol tady klidně nechám, ale schválně zkusíme o tom říct Rosťovi. Jestli Ejli k tomu má něco co říct. No a natáčím hodinu, ty vás skoro. Takže i tak to je celovečerák, jak by to nazval Mr. Imbris.
got what I need to destroy Hades.
Jo.
The master override. Now all I have to do is drive it into Hades' skull, so no problem there. The final battle will be fought at Meridian. Hades will come for the spire, and I'll be ready. I found out how Elizabeth said something if I ever pursue me, which, well,
Aha, takže o DLCčku neřekne nic. Tak jo, takže já vám děkuji za sledování, doufám, že jste si těchto 36 epizod užili. No a jestli toho jste neměli jste dostatek, tady Horizon Zero Dawn, no tak brzy nám vychází, čili pro vás zítra, vychází to. Nám zítra pro vás teda vychází Horizon Forbidden West, který uvidíte už v sobotu, první epizodu. Mě teďko jenom napadlo, co kdyby jich zkusil vyběhnout vlastně nahoru, kde jsou matriarchy a všechno. A vlastně ne, protože tady jsme vlastně háda neporazili, protože nás to vrací vždycky zpátky. Jo, za mě je to super hra a největší problém je ta optimalizace na ty počítači, kdy prostě ty světla všechno vypadá jako jí strašně divně. Viděli jsme i příklady, kdy se prostě kurvila ta grafika a všechno. To je za mě největší slabina tohohle portu. Doufám, že Forbidden West v tomhle bude lepší. Budu to asi natáčet na střední detaily, protože jsem viděl nároky, že konec konců se můžeme na to podívat i sami. Aha, tak nemůžeme pořádně, ale je, že třeba grafika to chce Radeon 680 a já mám 660, jo, na vysoký, takže mix středních a vysokých detailů to asi bude. Každopádně děkuji vám za sledování, palce nahoru, komentáře, odběry, kteří mě podporují v růstu, boji proti YouTube algoritmu a doufám, že se tam uvidíme zítra, to je ve čtvrtek u Assassina Rogue, který jsem trošku zanedbal, já vím, omlouvám se, ale prostě jsem měl v prdeli krk a nemohl se natáčet vůbec nic a byl jsem rád, že mám přetočený Horizony. Takže vlastně tady tu šestku jsem dneska dotáčel a to je neděle, jo, takže jsem prostě od středy se nemohl vůbec pořádně mluvit. Dlouho na video. Jo, jako mohl jsem třeba minutu 2, ale díl bych to fakt nedával, takže omlouvám se, že to bylo přehorizonováno a jo. Čau u dalšího videa.